Bring it! Bring it! Bring it!
I got lightheaded doing that.
Got a little north on north action.
Oh, opposite magnets.
Oh. Opposite magnets?
Oh, hey.
It's a little too close. It's weird.
Opposites attract, man.
I said north. What?
I was thinking that we were both the same, and that's why we were pushing against each other.
Oh,
but
I was thinking that too.
Attract.
Because I said north.
It should have said Rhett and Link are both north magnets. Or
well, that's what we hoped
north
it said,
and
and that's
south.
what we acted like. We don't know nothing about magnets. Who knows about magnets? Who's in the spirit? Chase.
Chase is in the spirit.
Chase is in the spirit, way back there. Frosty assaulting a dog and an officer. That is not cool.
Is that a joke? Not cool?
Sadly, yes. No.
I put up a decoration.
A decoration. A singular decoration?
I did.
So what?
Well,
Is this an adventure in decoration?
my wife would like us to do decorations on the outside of the house. And
well, see, but what that really means is your wife would like for you to do decorations outside her house, right?
yeah,
She's not gonna string up on the
I
rooftop.
mean, I can do it without a ladder. But yeah, it definitely means that I'm going to be the one to do it. But I don't believe in it.
Oh, really?
I don't believe in personally. I believe in enjoying other people's decorations. I do not believe in personally applying lights on the outside of the house. Like if you
don't think they can exist on your house?
If you want to put lights in the windows, awesome. If you want to do things on the interior that contribute to the exterior feel, but once you start stringing up lights in the yard, onto trees, onto the thing, that's when I check out. I don't go there.
Yeah, me neither, man, because
But
it's a lot of work and it's a lot of like, I mean, you could die doing something like that.
But
climbing on a ladder.
I was specifically asked to put up this star that we have that hangs down, and it's just a big light in the side of it.
Did you string it over a tree?
Well, she was like, let's put it somewhere near the door, and I was like, I don't know where it would hang from. And then I'm
This
like,
is dangerous, man.
It's really windy out there.
Wise men be showing up at your house.
and I'm thinking,
Shepherds and stuff.
this thing is gonna be flying all over the place. So I just text her and I'm like, no good place outside putting star inside.
So you were
I was at
outside.
home alone.
You were outside at the time. She was inside of the house.
No, she was out doing something. And
She
getting
was
more
smart-
things for me to then put in
Oh,
places.
I thought she was smart enough to get away.
And so I ended up stringing this star up, and now it's hanging in the foyer.
It's inside.
Yeah, but it's inside, but you can see it from outside. So it might as well be outside.
If you got the right angle through a window.
And I was just like, that's it. That's what we're doing. Besides just the stuff that's on the inside.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's worth it.
My neighbor Max, I went outside, okay, recently. And my neighbor Max was out there stringing up lights. And you know what I did? I lived my life for about 3 or 4 hours. I did things that mattered to me, like I spent time with my kids. I made memories. I don't remember anything.
And every
right
time
now.
you checked in, he was out there.
And then I went back and I looked at Max, and he was like
Frustrated.
still up there, dinking on the lights on his eaves.
dinking every
man.
one of them.
Dang it! I was like, Max, do you need any help? In my mind.
Oh. Yeah.
But in reality, I was like, Max, you fool!
Well,
Look at me!
Okay.
Not doing what you're doing.
I think I would feel differently about it if we
Take it to the max.
If we didn't leave California for the entire Christmas
Yeah, let's
season.
blame it on that.
Because I did, okay, the most I've ever done is I did one time string up lights on the banisters on the porch.
Oh, Nelly.
But not the whole porch, just the ones on the steps. And it took
An
30
hour.
minutes. 30 minutes. Looked pretty good. But that was when I stayed home for Christmas.
And you know what?
I spent the night at my house on Christmas.
I bet you were winded too when you were done.
Oh yeah. But now I'm gonna be spending the night in a relative's house on the other side of the country. And what's my house gonna be over there just like showing off to nobody? Who cares? If you're not gonna spend Christmas at your home, don't put decorations on the outside of it. You could do the inside.
I've still got really nice looking pumpkins out there. I mean, that's gotta count for something. They're really mushy, but as long as you don't touch them, they're good, man. Just enjoy that. That could be winter themed.
When they have white mold on them, they turn into frosty heads.
But I am sad to report, my pre-lit artificial tree has totally bitten the dust this year. I put it up. Every year I put that thing up and I'll set it all up and then I'll plug it in and just wait for a second and then it'll boop, 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 it'll start working a little bit, but only like the bottom eighth still lit up. So then I had to go and string all the lights on. I had to light a pre-lit tree.
It was a pre-bulbed tree.
And then,
with no light.
You saw that, you were like, why is the bottom eighth of your tree dark? And I was like, well, that was the only part that was still lit, that still worked, and it died.
And you did the 2-tree thing this year, and you got a real tree.
I bought a real tree to put in another room to kind of ease the transition, so the kids wouldn't be like, oh, look at the dead artificial tree we have. How sad is that? The bottom eighth is not lit. It's like, no, kids, look at this new live tree. We're moving on to that. So it's like getting a new pet before your pet has totally died. That's what I did with
It's just like that.
With the Christmas tree thing.
Totally died. Have you, so you're making the transition to live tree? You're not going back?
Well, Rhett, I don't know. If I have to go on record at this point, I'll say I'm gonna get another artificial tree, and I'm gonna keep getting a real tree.
Let me just say.
I'm gonna have one of both.
The reason for getting, my assumption is the reason for getting the artificial tree is it seems like it's more convenient, right? But
it's not, is it? You're gonna tell me it's not?
It is not more efficient, and you know why?
You have to store it.
Because the guy with the lot that we got our tree and you got your tree, they set it up for you for $25. The dude came into my house with the tree, set it up, and I stood in a corner. Like, I sat on the couch.
This is Christmas spirit right here.
While he put it up, and he was like, is that good? I was like, I barely spoke English to him. I was like, until it was perfectly straight, and then I was like, and then he walked out, and I was like, we got a tree.
And then you looked at your floor where you'd scratch it, and you were like, Urgh.
Yeah, he did scratch the floor.
Scratch my floor too, man.
But here's the thing: without the floor,
his name was Wyatt.
Without Wyatt scratched the floor. But without the floor scratching, it is the ticket, because then at the end of the time, you just get it and you just roll it down the driveway, and the trash people get it.
Do they?
Yeah,
At what point do you light it on fire? Because that's fun.
Only when you're in North Carolina, but you don't
can't do that
in California.
Los Angeles. Okay, I won't do that.
It's because if you have the pre-lit tree, you gotta like figure out how to get the thing back together. Then getting the thing in the box is more trouble than I want to spend.
That's true.
For all of Christmas.
Yeah, and you've sold me.